G'day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Thursday, December 16, 2021. The island is set to have a strong winter tourist season that could result in the destination ending 2021 with 1.6 million visitors and over $2 billion in earnings. That's the word from Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett. According to a statement from his ministry, the season, which began on December 15, should see similar occupancy levels to 2019 before the COVID-19 pandemic impacted the island. The Jamaica Hotel and Tourist Association, JHTA, is projecting an average of 65% occupancy in hotels across the island, while several major investments are projected to further fuel the sector's recovery.
We've been able to bring back our workers in the main. We lost 130,000 during the COVID. We are now about 80,000 back. We've been able to bring back our investors, almost all of them. And we are now looking at 7,000 new rooms to come on board over the next 3 to 4 years, and some $2 billion of foreign exchange expenditure in Jamaica, creating an additional 20,000 jobs for our people.
Mr. Bartlett says his ministry is focused on harnessing tourism's full potential by reimagining and redefining the industry around products and interactive experiences.
A more inclusive tourism, that which involves all our players together, and a tourism that is going to see a greater involvement of the main drivers of the industry, entertainers, our cultural partners, our agricultural partners, our manufacturing partners, our transportation partners, our craft vendors, and our artisans.
Meanwhile, $20 million has been allocated to assist 651 craft traders who have been impacted by the pandemic under a special winter tourist season capacity building support program. The initiative, being spearheaded by the Tourism Enhancement Fund, TEF, will benefit licensed and COVID-19 compliant craft traders across the island. Portfolio Minister Edmund Bartlett says that with the industry being relatively inactive for most of the year due to COVID-19 restrictions, these funds will go a long way in helping the craft traders get back on their feet. The support is expected to better position them to meet the anticipated increased demand during the winter tourist season. Minister Bartlett gave the update at a recent stakeholders breakfast meeting in Ocho Rios. He says representatives of the Port Authority of Jamaica, PAJ, Tourism Product Development Company, TPDCO, Jamaica Vacations Limited, JAMVAC, and other tourism entities met recently to review the dispatch system at cruise ports. This is to ensure that COVID-19 compliant and TPDCO certified craft markets across the resort areas are able to get more traffic from cruise visitors. Data from the Jamaica Tourist Board, JTB, indicates that since August, Jamaica has welcomed 16,237 cruise ship passengers from 10 different cruise lines. Approximately 360,000 Jamaicans who are beneficiaries of the Program of Advancement through Health and Education, PATH, and the Social Pension Program will receive a one-off grant of $10,000 this month. This is being facilitated through an allocation of $1.9 billion under the Social and Economic Recovery and Vaccine Serve Jamaica program. Some pensioners under the National Insurance Scheme, NIS, will also benefit from the support. Labor and Social Security Minister Carl Samuda says the grant is in addition to the normal payments due to recipients during the period. The payments, which are being made through the ministry, started on November 15 when over 6,000 elderly persons received their grant along with their social pension payment. The Ministry of Local Government has made funds available to the National Solid Waste Management Authority, NSWMA, to address the anticipated increase in solid waste over the holiday period. Portfolio Minister Desmond McKenzie says the money will be drawn from the Equalization Fund. Among other things, it will be used to employ 500 additional sweepers to be deployed across town centers and thoroughfares. Over 300 private and garbage dumper trucks have also been deployed across the island to assist with the agency's public health drive, which includes the removal of bulky waste.
So this initiative, Madam Speaker, will allow the agency to respond in a meaningful way. It is expected that these measures will help to reduce the backlog of solid waste that our citizens are experiencing in some part of the country.
Minister McKenzie says illegal mini dump sites in Montego Bay, downtown Kingston, and other parts of the island have been cleared, and steps are being taken to prevent any recurrence of dumping at these areas.
One of the initiatives of the entity, Madam Speaker, is that operations will continue right up until midnight. The registered dumps or the legal dumps across the country will be open up to as late as 11, going into midnight. And we are expecting to put in place in selected areas, Madam Speaker, a 24-hour garbage collection in certain selected areas of the country.
And finally, Prime Minister Andrew Holness is reiterating his call for partnership in the build-out of purpose-built educational infrastructure on the island. Mr. Holness says government is at the planning stages of building 7 specialist schools in science, technology, engineering, arts and mathematics, STEAM. But he says these schools will require funding to meet international standards and give children the right environment in which to learn. Mr. Holness made the case as he opened the Crystal House Jamaica School in Twickenham Park, St. Catherine.
I'm very happy to be here, because this shows that we can build a first-class educational institution. We can. This is it. Anywhere you go in the world, this school would meet the highest standards.
The school is owned and operated by Crystal House International, a global children's charity organization. It will cater to students from kindergarten to sixth form from surrounding communities. In addition to providing tuition-free schooling, Crystal House students will be given books, uniforms, information technology equipment, transportation, breakfast, lunch and snacks, and health services. Students will also benefit from support and counseling for an additional 5 years after graduating high school.
The transformation in the minds of the children doesn't always take place simply or merely between teacher and student. The environment in which the children are hosted is also a critical variable in that transformation. You can't have children leaving homes that are broken socially, but also broken in physical state, to come to schools that are also broken in physical state.
And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.